Hi, this is prescription yoga for stress, anxiety, helping us to get to focus calm. Please join me. So we'll start with the feet just a comfortable distance apart. You don't need a lot of room for this. This is qigong breath and movement to help the nervous system to align. So my feet are comfortable, knees are soft. Just notice if your shoulders are tight up around your ears. You could shake them down a little bit. While you're at it, shake your ribs and your hips down a little bit too. Shake your fingers. Imagine all of your energy moving down towards the earth. So there are three things that help us shift into the parasympathetic stress relief part of our nervous system. The three things are, the first is our attention, our focus. So we bring that focus out of our busy minds and we drop the awareness down into the feet. So just start to shift a little side to side, wiggling around in your feet, maybe a little bouncing and shaking up and down. Just take a couple of seconds just to draw your awareness into the feeling, the texture of the ground, maybe feeling whether you're wearing socks or your bare feet, noticing the temperature of your feet. If there's little aches and pains in your feet, notice that too. As you're bouncing or moving or wiggling, whatever you're doing, notice where there's little tensions in the muscles, in the calves or the shins. Dropping the awareness out of the thinking mind is the step one to releasing our stress response. The next is to bring our awareness to the breath. So with a hand on your chest, or maybe two, just start to tap a little bit. And as you're breathing, notice your ribs. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Keep tapping kind of around your chest. Notice if there's a little place that feels tender or tight. Maybe spend a little bit more time there. Right to the center of your chest. Keep breathing in through your nose. My fingers are pretty light, but I'm putting a little bit of pressure as I'm tapping. Come into your side body, down the sides of your body, all the way down into your thighs. You can use your knuckles to do this as well, or make some fists with your hands. And then take a moment. As you're taking a moment, notice you might feel a little zing in your fingers. You might feel a little energy in your arms or your hands. You might already start to feel a little bit of stress, a little bit of tension releasing. And this happens bit by bit, so be patient, keep breathing. I'm just going to do a little bit of twisting, whatever movement feels good. Maybe it's rolling your shoulders. Keeping your awareness on the breath. And then bring your hands to your low body. So I'm just going to start to pat right around my belly button, above and below your belly button, out to the sides of your belly button. So we call this the gut brain, right? This is the part of our brain, part of our nervous system that gets alerted whenever we're feeling any amount of threat. So that threat can be as small as I dropped a piece of paper on the street, or it could be as large as there's a saber-toothed tiger about to attack me. The nervous system doesn't care, it has the same response. So helping to patting just seems like such a simple thing, but the body this is an animal body, right? So if we're doing something different with the flesh of our bodies, we're getting ourselves out of that primal stress response. And first we have to get out of a stress response before we can get ourselves into a new response, which is a one of tending and befriending, a one of resetting the nervous system. So just keep patting, and as you're patting, pushing your hands in, bring your fingers to your belly button and start to push in. Just kind of feel where the belly button is in space. This might not be terribly comfortable, but again, this is a great way to reset the end of the autonomic nervous system, which is at the base of the spine and in the belly, the gut brain. So we're going to do a few breaths, and this may seem a little strange. We're going to have you inhale, push in, hold your fingers and hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Take a normal breath. Inhale deeply. Push in and hold. And release. Normal breath. Inhale deeply. Push in and hold. And exhale, release. Take a normal breath. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, push in deeply as you can. It's almost like we're trying to touch the back of the spine. You're not going to get there, but this is resetting patterns of tension in the low belly. And exhale. Excellent. Shake your hands around, make some circles around your belly button. And then bring your hands, the back of your hands, to just below your waistline and do a little tapping right below your belt line. You can move out a little bit to the sides of your back. You are doing some tapping right over the kidneys and the adrenal glands. Adrenal glands are the ones that are producing stress hormones. So again, we're shaking up patterns. We're saying we don't need to be in a constant state of hyper alert, hyper threat all the time. There are times when we need to have that stress response, but the problem is that we're all living in it most of the time. And it's gotten to feel normal, which it is not. So let's shake it up. Let's help move it out so that we can come back into a state of ease and balance, harmony, that we can come back to no matter what is happening in the world around us. So bring your hands to your low body with your hands, palms facing up. And as your palms are facing up, just take a moment to soften your knees and your hips and your shoulders and your jaw. Inhaling through your nose. Exhale out the mouth with a sigh, or maybe there's a yawn that wants to happen. Take a couple more breaths like that. And with your hands right here, maybe just below your belly button, I said there were 3 things that we could do to reset our stress reaction, that constant state of being hyper alert. The first is moving the focus out of the conscious brain. The second thing is to focus on the breath, to feel the breath moving in the body. So that will be what we do in this next little moment. And the third thing is to do a very purposeful movement. And these movements, these things that I'm teaching you, these have been around for thousands of years because this is primal body, animal body movement. And that's what we want to affect. That's what we want to change. It's not about the conscious thinking brain. It's about resetting our animal instinct for threat. So the next thing to do is to bring your hands to your belly, and you can have your hands out away from your body if that feels a little better to you. But with your hands at your low belly, focus on the space where, well, first where your hands are. So think about that space around your belly button. Allow your awareness to rest right there, as if your mind's eye is focusing right there at the belly button. Now draw your awareness backward, as if you're moving into the middle of your belly, behind your belly button, halfway through the middle of your body. Imagine where that is in space. And if you think, well, I don't know exactly, it's okay. It's the practice of moving your awareness that helps to shift our primal responses. Keep your awareness there in the center of your body. And now move that inward focus to your back body. So think about where the back of your belly button would be. Bring your awareness back to the middle of your belly. And now to your belly button. And now bring it to your right hip and your left hip and the back of your body, your belly button, the center of your belly, the back of your belly button, your right hip, your left hip, and your belly button. So let's make that a rotation now that you've kind of located those points in space. This is called proprioception, and it is a way of calming the nervous system by navigating the space of our bodies. Drop your awareness to your belly button. Right hip, back body, left hip, belly button, center of the belly, belly button, left hip, back body, right hip, belly button. Open your hands now, and as you inhale, draw your hands up. As you exhale, just turn your hands down. It's just that simple. As you inhale, you're tracing the autonomic nervous system that flows in the vagus nerve bundle in the front of the body, wandering through the whole, all of the organs in our reproductive and digestive and respiratory and circulatory system. And as you're exhaling, imagine you're tracing along your spine. That's innervating, that's bringing messages and information and nourishment to all the muscles and bones, connective tissue of the body. And now, as you're inhaling, visualize, which is the third step. Visualize that you're drawing up this well, drawing up handfuls of this subtle, invisible energy that exists in the low belly. Traditional Chinese medicine is called the sea of vitality and the sea of tranquility. And as you draw up from that wonderful sea, imagine you're bringing this wellspring of fresh energy, of fresh light. You can imagine water if that helps your brain to focus. Bringing it from the belly for all the organs, nourishment, energy, light, compassion, all the way to the head, to the eyes, nose, ears, and brain, to the tongue. Take a couple more breaths here. Excellent. Now let one hand rest right here at the back body. The other hand rests right here on the front of the forehead. So I'm connecting the end of the spine and the beginning of the spine. As you inhale, drop your awareness down to that back hand. And as you exhale, bring your awareness up to your forehead. Inhale down, feeding that low belly. Exhale up to the forehead. Inhaling through your nose. Exhale through your mouth, up to your forehead. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. One more. Inhale down, exhale up. Excellent. Shake your hands out, shake your fingers out. Step your feet just a little bit wider, maybe start some movement, kind of rocking around your feet, stretching your hips a little. So this next movement, we call this the ready stance. So knees are soft, feet are soft. My arms are relaxed at my sides. As you inhale, draw your arms out and up. As you exhale, right down the center. Inhale, feel the stretching of your body, the lengthening of your legs. And as you exhale, let everything soften, including your knees and your feet. Inhale, rise, lengthening of your body. Connect with your toes and your feet. Exhale, softly down. This time as you inhale, lift your gaze. Maybe lift your chin a little bit too. And exhale, turn your gaze down towards the earth. As you inhale, maybe visualize a beautiful sky overhead. And as you exhale, imagine the beautiful earth below you. Or just inhale and rise, and exhale and soften. Maybe still feel that stretch into your front body as you inhale, strengthening the legs, stretching the belly button. Visualizing gathering light and love and calm and ease and letting it rain down over you as you exhale. Take 2 more breaths. allow your hands to rest in the same place that they were in before. Maybe wiggle your feet a little. Just soften your gaze or close your eyes and just notice. Maybe you feel a little bit of tingling in your hands. Maybe you feel a little bit of softness in your shoulders. Maybe your face feels a little relaxed. Maybe your jaw feels a little softer. Even a tiny amount of change is worth celebrating because we shifted something. And the more we shift, the more we move out of that stress response and invite a relaxation, a healing to happen. One more inhale. And exhale, drop your arms to your sides, wiggle your feet. I'm going to step my feet out just a little bit more. So you can also do this in a chair. So you can just kind of widen your legs as you're seated in a chair. Lift up with your spine all the way through the crown of your head. And now I'm going to bend one knee, stretch this arm out to the side with my palm down. Now imagine that over there is whatever it is that you need. Maybe it's, I just could use a little peace, some ease, I want some balance, I want to feel like I can breathe. Whatever it is, I'm just so tired, I just need a little energy, I need to feel a little oomph. Whatever it is, imagine, it's just right there on the shelf. So grab that, swing down as you inhale deeply, and then as you exhale, rotate so that your palm is facing down, your fingers are towards your body. Slide out, scoop down as you lift up with the breath, and let your fingers just rain down over you. Scoop up whatever it is, that love, compassion, ease, peace, and let it flow right over you. And continue to move and breathe. Let your body be soft. So I'm getting a little bit of stretch as I'm moving my arm outward, but the rest of my movements are very gentle. So my elbow is soft, my hands are soft. The fingers, while they're a little bit strong as you grab whatever it is that you need, let the fingers relax as I move for the rest of the breath. Take a few more breaths and just feel a circling. Sometimes just reminding ourselves that we have what we need, that we are whole. Making a circle reminds us that we are abundant, we are blessed. And the more that we can draw in that sense of contentment that maybe I do have what I need. Maybe I just need to remember. And then allow your arms to soften at your sides. Move your feet back into a ready position and just relax your arms. And now feel. Notice a little zing in your fingers. Notice how your jaw feels, your head. Notice if your stress feels a little different. Notice if you're noticing colors around you a little bit more. Some of these are the effects of sliding into the parasympathetic autonomic nervous system response of rest and digest, of tend and befriend, of that wonderful ease that we all seek and that is an important part of our lives. Step your feet apart again, and something that we can access with something just so simple as a little breath and movement. So again, I'm going to bend this knee now. Stretch out, grab whatever it is you need. There, I got it. Scoop down with your inhale. Slide your arm up and overhead. Inhale deeply as you swoop down. Keep your spine in a lengthened shape so you're not really collapsing forward. You're still keeping some integrity, not tightness in the spine, but an integrity of the spine as you move. Maybe your hand, your eyes follow the movement of your hand, which can help your awareness, but if that makes you dizzy, then just face forward. As you exhale, exhale out the mouth, that resets the nervous system. And maybe take a couple more breaths. And then step your feet back together. So we did a connection of the back body and the front of the head. So now bring a hand to the back of your spine. Maybe massage there just a little bit. Kind of loosening up that little divot where your skull meets your neck. And then rest your hand right there at the back of your neck. And with the other hand, bring your hand to the front of the autonomic nervous system, right here at the base of the vagus nerve bundle. As you inhale, draw your attention down to your low hand, right around your belly button. As you exhale, bring your awareness to your back hand. Inhale down. Exhale, return up. Inhale, focus down. Exhale, up. Take a couple more breaths. And then release your hands. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. So we'll do a breath practice that is the most ancient breath practice, and it is all about alignment, and it is the most simple breath. So we start with the hands in front. Maybe imagine here are the gifts that you seek: ease, peace, balance, joy, right here. As you inhale, draw them right up. And as you exhale, turn your hands down. It's just that simple. And you can do one hand and then the other. Slow and even. Imagine that you are following the breath and aligning your own magnificent nervous system. One breath at a time. If you're doing both hands, now start to do one hand and then the other. Maybe even there's a mantra here, which is, I'm blessed, I am aligned, I am focused. Whatever draws in that thing that you'd like a little bit more of, imagine it's already here. And feel what that feels like. To feel aligned and focused and calm, joyful, harmonious, peaceful, energetic, vital. And I'm kind of flinging my fingers up a little bit as my arms are moving, a little bigger stretch. Beautiful. So one more. This one is again a little bit, feet a little bit wider apart, and I'm going to turn so that I'm in a little bit of a lunge. So my back foot's on a little angle. Front foot is even with my hips, and this amount of lunge, of course, is up to you. So it might be very subtle, or you can also do this seated, or I might be in a strong lunge because I really want to use a lot of strength. So whatever version feels good to you. Rub your palms together. Start to feel that electricity in your own hands, that heat energy, and then move your fingers apart about 6 inches. And notice if you feel a little zing in your fingers, maybe still feel a little bit of warmth. This is that invisible energy that can either be flowing when we feel peaceful and easeful and harmonious, focused, or it can be congested, and that's when we feel stressed and worried and anxious and we can't remember things. So imagine that you already have that alignment. It is already within you. So I'm going to bring my arms down, keeping my hands the same distance apart. Swing my arms out in front of me, and then bring that ball of energy right down over my body and make some large circles that way. So my back knee is bending a little bit as I lean in towards my body. Again, keeping that alignment of your spine. So you're kind of creating diagonals with your spine as you lean forward, keeping your hands 6 to 8 inches apart, or whatever feels comfortable for your shoulders. Breathing fully, so you're inhaling as you swing forward, exhale as you come back. You can breathe in and out through your nose or whatever feels best for your body. Take a breath break whenever you need to. Maybe a few more. Feel that fullness, the fullness of the circle within a circle. The circle of the breath flowing in the circle of your arms and the circle of your hands. Imagine filling that circle with the breath. And then let your feet rest. Bring your feet back to that ready position. Bring your hands to wherever feels good to you. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Tune in and notice. How do you feel? Do you feel warmth? Do you feel cool? Do you feel softness? Do you feel tension? Sometimes things will bubble up and we might feel tension in an odd place. That's just energy moving. Let's turn to the other side. So same thing. Front foot is square with my hips. Back foot's on a little bit of an angle. Rub your palms together. Maybe shake them out a little bit too. Bring your hands about 6 to 8 inches apart. Focus on the space between your hands and imagine that right here you have a beautiful ball of energy. And it's full of all the things you wish for, all the things you dream of, all the things you deserve. We deserve to feel ease and peace and love and joy. We deserve this. As you inhale, swoop your arms out and up. As you exhale, draw back, maybe bending that back knee a little bit. Keep your hands 6 to 8 inches away. Imagine that beautiful ball as you're making a circle of remembering that we are whole, we are blessed, we are abundant, we have what we need, and we deserve healing and joy. Anytime a mantra arises that begins with I am or may I choose, repeat that. Repetition creates a new pattern. I'm going to slow myself down and noticing that I'm going a little bit faster. So I'm going to deliberately slow things down so I can really feel my muscles moving, my body moving, the structure of my bones. Anytime your brain starts wandering off, just gather it back to the awareness of the body. And then slowly come back into center. So I have one last little short breath practice for you. This can be done seated, it can be done standing, laying down, whatever feels good to you. So I'd invite you to get into a comfortable shape, and I'm just going to stay standing for a few minutes. And as you are starting to settle in, whether you're laying down or seated, try to still feel an uplift in your spine. So rather than kind of hunching over, see if you can roll your shoulders back a little bit. Feel a little bit of spaciousness in the front body. I've got my hands on the center line of my body, but wherever feels good to you. Draw your awareness to the space between your hands, wherever your hands are. Let your thighs soften, your glutes soften, your hips soften, knees soften. Draw your awareness down to your feet. Feel that connection to the earth. Imagine roots, just like the trees, just like the plants, connecting you energetically. You may not be able to see this energy, but it is there. It's what keeps us connected to the earth every morning when we get out of bed. So imagine that loving mother energy from the earth that's nourishing you. And the more that you remember, the more that you visualize or imagine, what if it was that simple? That I could just think about being grounded and it would help me. We are children of this earth. So feel that loving earth energy flowing up into your ankles. Maybe it's beautiful, white, sparkly energy. Maybe it's golden light. Whatever color or flow or pattern is interesting to you. Or just listen to my words. Imagine that energy flowing up, filling up your calves and your shins. As if every cell of your lower leg and feet and toes was filling up with light. There's no room for anything except light. Imagine it flowing up into your knees, the front of your knees, the backs and sides of your knees, every little tiny part of your knees, just flowing with light. Allow that to flow up into your thighs, the front, the back, the sides of your thighs. All light, every cell. Imagine that sparkling, flowing light right up into your hips now, from right hip to left hip, back body to front body, flowing like the sea. Let the breath soften a little bit more. And then imagine it flowing into the mid-body, from rib to rib and back body to front body. Flowing with ease, every cell of the digestive system just filled up with light. Now draw that energy just filling you up from your toes to your knees to your hips to your belly, now into the chest, all the way up to your shoulders. Imagine all stress, worries, cares flowing away with each exhale. And now imagine this light flowing down your arms to your elbows, filling up your arms. Every cell, a light, pulsing with this healing, loving light. This nourishing energy from the earth flowing all the way to your fingertips and right off your fingertips, so that even the air around you is sparkling with this healing light. Imagine that energy flowing up your neck, front of your neck, back, sides of your neck, up into your head, flowing through your head from ear to ear, eyes to the back of your head, chin to your crown, all flowing right out to the hair follicles on your head, every skin cell radiating with light. Imagine your eyes growing a little lighter, your nose, your ears, your tongue, even your saliva, imagine it sparkling. And it may be a little bit silly, but as we draw in with a little lightness and the possibility of joy and wonder, we do flow into a childlike state. And now as you inhale, imagine that you are drawing in any troubles that you have felt in the last little while. And as you exhale, imagine your exhale is a breath of joy, a breath of life. And each exhale gives you exactly what you need, exactly what you deserve, which is peace and ease and joy. I deserve healing. I deserve healing. I deserve healing. The more that we repeat these phrases of intention when we're in a softened state, the more powerful they become. Allow your hands to soften. And just noticing your body from the crown of your head to your toes, the width of your body from shoulder to shoulder, from hip to hip. Feel your body resting against the earth. Feel your crown rising towards the sky. Allow your intention to flow outward, toward neighbors, toward friends, family. May they feel ease and peace and balance as well. And let that loving intention flow outward in a bigger way to the whole earth, to the whole cosmos. And imagine that loving light flowing right back into your own heart, a give and a receive, as is the natural way of love to move. Take a few more breaths. Maybe repeating a mantra that is arising for you a few more times. We release the patterns of tension. We invite patterns of ease. And that can be as simple as repeating a mantra. I am calm, I am easeful, I am joyful. I deserve love, I deserve healing, I deserve peace. For you do, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Tara Lee.